Welcome to Judicial Review. I'm Bob McNuff. Tonight, we have a rather important case, Dartmouth versus Woodward. Today, we have, from Dartmouth, Mr. Daniel Webster and William H. Woodward himself. Welcome.
Thank you for having me at this fine establishment.
Greeting and salutations, my friends.
Now all rise for the Honorable Judge Marshall. It seems like we have a rather heated argument today. I'll let them introduce their points. Dartmouth, you may go first.
Thank you, Bob. Well, for starters, Dartmouth College was established in 1769 under the charter given to us by King George of England. Because of this charter, Dartmouth College was recognized as a school in the New World. Also, as some of you may know, King George of England had laid out some rules for Dartmouth College to follow, which has been followed and would like to be followed, because Dartmouth College is a private institution and we would prefer that it remains that way.
Thank you, Mr. Webster. You have a rather convincing case, but let's see if Mr. Woodward has anything to say about this.
Well, I most certainly do, Rob.
It's Bob.
Right, Bob. Well, you see, Dartmouth College is an institution in the United States, sir, and we happen to be independent of any other nation out there. That means we, the New Hampshire legislature, are able to increase and make our own laws as we choose. That means if we wish to make Dartmouth public, we can.
Why don't you give us a little more background on your position, Mr. Woodward?
Well, you see, the previous Dartmouth board was appointed by the old charter. So, Wheelock decided he needed to publicize the college in order to keep the power within the people and himself. So he went to the New Hampshire legislature, right? And he's like, let's publicize this board. And so they did. That's when the old board began this long, unneeded, frivolous, and unnecessary lawsuit in order for them to keep power. Yet still, the new board kicked out Wheelock in 1815. Yet the debate raged on, as does this argument. In 1817, Wheelock died. This man gave so much, yet the old board will not let the dead man lie.
Thank you, Mr. Woodward. Mr. Webster, your rebuttal.
Well, for starters, Mr. Wheelock's release was in no way a correlation to this board's actions. In fact, it was the new board's doing that caused him to be released. Also, this college, Dartmouth, and this nation may be free from any king's rule, but this contract still stands due to the freedom of speech and the rights of the people.
Thank you both for your background information. Now, Woodward, why exactly do you want this college to be public?
Well, you see, by keeping the college private, we're basically respecting the king. And we fought a long and hard war for our independence, and therefore the college should be public.
But if we make Dartmouth College a public institution, we lose the freedom to choose the brightest students of this country. Also, Dartmouth College has a reputation to uphold. And if we allow the state government to control us, our reputation will be tainted.
Are you perchance implying that the citizens of this fine country are not good enough for your college?
No, not at all. Dartmouth College wants the brightest students of this country. And by allowing the state government to take control of us, that dream can be opposed. Because by allowing the state government to absorb this college, we lose not only the tradition of this school, but also the difference between public and private institutions and corporations. So basically, by ignoring this charter, you're basically giving the state government the freedom to interfere and impose in private corporations and businesses. And that makes it no different than the tyrannical king of King George, which we Americans fought so hard to be free from.
Woo! Killer! Order in the court. Order, I mean.
Well, I say, Steve Jobs!
It's Bob.
This is lunacy. This is a madman speaking. We fought a long and bloody war to free ourselves from King George III, and thus his contract holds no power here. Please throw out this wasteless argument. End this madness. Bob!
It's Bob. I don't actually have the power to do that. That's up to the judge. Welcome back to Judicial Review. Before the break, we heard Mr. Webster plead his case and Mr. Woodward plead his. It's not up to me to decide this case, though. It's time for Judge Marshall to bring in his ruling. Judge Marshall? John!
Hey! Oh, I see it is time for me to make my ruling. We have Mr. Webster from Dartmouth College in favor of keeping the school private. We have Mr. Woodward in favor of keeping the school public. While the New Hampshire legislature has its reasons, Article 10, Section 1 of the Constitution states, "No state shall enter into any law impairing the obligation of contract." While this charter may be from a different authority, it still suffices a valid contract, and thus forth may not change it. Dartmouth may remain private if it wishes to do so.
Thank you, Judge Marshall, for your outstanding ruling.
No! This is lunacy. Look, this.
No, we don't do that.
I insist.
This isn't even real money.
It has Benjamin Franklin on it. Prove it.
Thank you for tuning in tonight.
Do you want to
See you
go?
later on Judicial
Let's go.
Review.
Let's go.